Hi, I'm Melissa, and welcome to my Bipolar 2 lifestyle channel.
My name is Melissa, and I have been doing a series called Bipolar Bytes on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And they're just short, like 60 to 90-second videos sharing about my bipolar journey. Today, I wanted to do a chit chat with you guys. I've got my fun drink, so I'm going to open that up. And I wanted to just have like a real heart to heart with you guys, just sitting outside, chilling. Um, it's been an interesting last 4 months. So about a Samson, hey buddy, don't dig, please. We're sitting outside, so he's trying to dig. No dig. Um, Yeah, I just wanted to share, like, I got married a month ago, just about, and that was so exciting. We did a very small, intimate wedding. A lot of my bipolar bites have been around the wedding planning process and how to do it in a way that's supportive for you and your mental health. So go check out episodes. I think it's like 11 through 13 so far that are out. Um, Today, I wanted to do like a real snapshot of what's going on because it's so easy to try to be that positive person. And the last like 4 or 5 days or so have actually been really challenging for me. So I wanted to share a couple of tips of what's helping me get through as like a reminder for myself to also reflect on like what kinds of things help when I'm in this kind of like dip. So yeah, hopefully this helps you guys. I'm going to open up some of my notes and share some stuff about biohacking. So, biohacking is kind of like a trendy term right now. But basically, what it is like, hold on, pulling up my notes here if it will work. Basically, biohacking is like a way to improve your health through like different habits. And yeah, I don't know why my page is not loading. Biohacking is a way to uh, optimize your health. So with mental health, that's like particularly important because, wow, this is like not loading at all. That is so strange. I'll just go off memory. But a couple of things I do are daily walks. I do at least two walks, and it can be like 7, 15 minutes. Like it doesn't have to be a super long walk. Um, there are some studies about like how long the walk can be. In my opinion, just get out and be outside, hence this backdrop. Um, and then a couple of other things. I stay hydrated. I am really strict about meal times. I have a super strict sleep schedule. Like I get up around like 7 and I go to bed. Like I'm getting ready at 9 p.m. Like I do require a lot of sleep. And starting to get ready around 9, between 9 and 9:30 is really helpful for me. I have it like scheduled on my watch even to like help me stay accountable. It like pings me and is like, hey, your bedtime is in 30 minutes. It's in 15 minutes. Like, go get ready, start winding down. Don't do anything super stressful before you go to bed. Um, okay. The next thing I want to talk about is um, exercise. I know this is not everyone's favorite topic. It's become one of my favorites mostly. And that's because I've been using Beachbody for since 2017. So it's been a long time coming. I've used different platforms as well. But basically, Beachbody is like Netflix for workouts. So I can do it all at home. And over the time of COVID, I started accumulating like weights and resistance bands and like mats and stuff like that. So I can actually um, like work out in a home gym. So some of their programs, you literally just need like a 2 or 5 pound weight. Like I did bar blend before, which was a really nice one, and that's just like a bar workout. And that was really helpful. And then that's great for apartments too. Sorry, the train's like going by next to our house. Um, and then the other thing that I really liked about Beachbody is they've done a really good job of like creating plans that have as much structure as you want them to. So like the plan that I'm doing right now is a 30-day challenge, and the workouts are like 40 to 45 minutes, which is more than I'm used to. I was doing a 25-minute speed train, and that was 25 minutes 6 days a week, and one of those days is like a recovery. And so it just like got me into the habit of showing up for myself. And yeah, that's just some of the things that have been working for me. I'm trying to keep this video like not too long. Um, but yeah, those are some things that have helped me from like a lifestyle standpoint. And so I really super recommend some of those. I do try to eat pretty well. I'm currently reading a book on nutrition, and I have a nutritionist through my insurance. It's through Nourish. So it's fully covered, and I meet with her every other week, and I use an app where I track what I am doing like for those meals, snacks. It has great reminders. And it just helps me stay on track in terms of like learning what healthy eating is and how it can be supportive of my mood. We use like a food and mood scale. So it helps me like navigate like when I'm hangry versus like stress eating or binge eating or any of that type of stuff. So I don't just like grab things that would make me feel worse, but it's like a really intentional way to stay in touch with like the things that will actually like take care of and nourish my body. I really love my Garmin watch. It's been so helpful. That's what I'm wearing right now. Um, Obviously they're expensive, but for me, I can track my mood. So some people like an Aura ring or any of those performance rings. I've really loved the watch. You can get some like older versions. This is the Forerunner 425, I think. Let me take it off real quick so I can tell you. 225S, so the smaller one. Um, and I've had a Garmin for probably 6 or 7 years. I had an older version, and then my husband upgraded me, which was super nice of him. And then he has Sunto, which he really likes. But if you work out a lot, and I wear this when I sleep too, so I can get sleep data, it can be really helpful for me to understand. Like, there's a feature called the body battery, and I can just scroll down. And today, my body battery it's like almost 2 p.m. It's at a 46. So that's like okay. I had a couple of like crash out breakdowns like the last 2 nights. So it's been like an emotionally draining couple of days. And I texted my husband. He left for work pretty early this morning. And I was like, honestly, just really struggling with like wanting to do anything. Motivation's been low, depression has been high. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna call like one of my best friends. And that's not biohacking, that's just helpful. And she and I chatted. I went for a walk while I talked to her, and that was super nice. Um, and she was just great. Like also like faith and meditation and prayer. Like if you have a faith practice, for me, like my faith, I grew up like with a Christian background. It's evolved throughout the years, but I do still like believe in God and pray and try to meditate like every day, even for 5 minutes. And for me, that looks like I have a devotional that I read in the morning, and I do some gratitude, and that's like a 5 to 10 minute practice that really helps ground me, and reminds me. It's funny because like when you're reading something like set out the day before or like following a plan, it's crazy how some days you just land on the right thing, and it's like exactly what you needed to hear. So this morning and like 2 days ago, especially, was just like talking about how like God can be your peace and he can ground you in whatever situation you're going through. And when you're down, sometimes the challenges come up and you're like, well, I say what I believe every day when it's good and life is good, but when it's like life gets hard, what do you actually believe? What runs through your mind? And for me, that was super convicting because I was like, well, that is when all my insecurities come out. It's when I get really frustrated and irritable at things. And I'm not trusting God, and I'm not treating the people around me as kindly as I would like to. Um, so yeah, I highly recommend. I have a couple of devotionals in my shop my, which I can also just let me know if you want me to include that information. Jesus Calling is a really good one if you are Christian or are curious about what Jesus says in the Bible. And there's so many good ones out there. So if you have questions, please feel free to like, type away and ask. And I have some thoughts. But yeah, I highly recommend. Sorry, the train's going by again. Um, One thing I've talked about with my therapist and kind of wraps around to the data point of my watch is like looking at the hard facts. And so when you are feeling down, when I'm feeling down, what really helps is kind of like challenging those intrusive thoughts and talking about like, wow, how can I actually like what of my thoughts are true right now? And like, I know it's like the hardest thing in the world to take a step back when you're like in a low. But that's where like my partner is really great. My friends are really great. Like if I can push myself to reach out to somebody for help, that's always like a really helpful thing. And so a lot of my friends and family have been trained to be like, okay, like, what do you need? What's true? What are you thinking? And choosing to take the vulnerable step and talking to somebody you trust about, hey, this is what's actually rolling around in my noggin. Here's what I'm actually thinking about. That can be so helpful to like expose the things that are going through your mind. Journaling is another great tool. And I'm just chucking a bunch of thoughts at you guys. So hopefully this is helpful. But yeah, feel free to like take notes, go back and watch the video. I think YouTube does a good job of summarizing chapters, so hopefully I'm going slow enough that it can capture that. But I can always do like shorter videos and break down or do a deeper dive on any of these topics. But yeah, those are kind of the main things that I wanted to talk about um, in terms of like your health and well-being. Honestly, guys, it is such a journey. I know that word gets used a lot with health and mental health and physical health, even, but it's so true. Like, it is not a destination, it is a daily decision and pursuit to try to live your best, healthiest lifestyle. And I just wanted to encourage you that, like, I have hard days too, and it's okay. We're going to make it through this, and it does get better. I can honestly say in the last like 7 or 8 years of like developing and discovering what bipolar 2 looks like for me has been a game changer. And the grace that I've learned to give myself has been so um, eye-opening and challenging and so good at the same time. So, just to recap a couple of things: sleep, nutrition, lean into the data, journal and talk to trusted people in your life, and get some movement. Go for a walk, go do a workout. I love Beachbody. So if you need a code, I think I often get like discount codes. They're always doing a promo, like it's always helpful that way. But those are really great ways to do that. If you're not doing therapy, get started. It's so helpful and truly can make such a big difference. If you're taking meds and working with a psychiatrist, stay on the regimen, be your own best advocate. And yeah, we're going to get through this together. So, cheers. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, we've got this.